We're back with Chris Dearden, and I want to try and usurp as much time with him as I possibly can. Some of the wines, the side Chanticleer that we get from Chris, Trainwreck, obviously with the Cabernet and the Sauvignon Blanc, Argus, Small Block Pinot right now out of Canaris. I hear you have some plans to kind of expand that, we hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what can you tell us what's going on in Napa this year? How was 2010 for you?
Rough, brutal year, but a good year. Coolest summer we've had. Long growing season, really nice growing season. But the old timers say, which I'm becoming one of, say that it was the coolest summer in 40 years in Napa. So we knew it was going to be a late harvest. Didn't know the size. Usually we don't know the size of the harvest until we start bringing it in. But we had a few really hot spells. We got our summer in September, late September, early October, which really kind of pushed things up. And then we got rain. So it was a really challenging year. And a lot of my cohorts were wringing their hands and saying, oh, gosh, what a challenging year. And I think, you know, in Napa Valley in California, we have such great vintages every year.
Let me ask you to expand on something. Most people don't understand the problem with rain. Okay, you know, rain, so you get wet when you pull off a few grapes. What's the deal with rain? Why is rain bad?
Rain's bad because when it gets close to ripening time, the skins get thinner and softer, and the fruit is more susceptible to mold and mildew. That's it. So if it rains close to harvest time, which happens in Europe every year, that's why they call it a vintage year in Europe, because in years where there's not noticeable precipitation, really heavy rains, they have a great vintage. In California, 19 out of 20 vintages, we have a great vintage because the weather's so great during harvest time. So this was a little more challenging year, but it was a really balanced great year, and almost everything got off before the rains. Some of the really obscure hillside vineyards with Cabernet, later ripening variety, didn't come off before the rains, but I would say 85% of the vintage came off.
So this might be a year where you want to be able to call your local winemaker.
I think here's a great rule of thumb. If you know a winery that you've had the wine and year in and year out, you taste great wines, trust them to make great ones in 2010. If you have variable vintage wines from some wineries, I think it's a good year to be very cautious.
So know the source.
Know the source, yeah. And I would vouch for Chanticleer, Sleeping Giant, and Trainwreck from the 2010 vintage, as well as the other clients and customers.
So there you have it.
Cheers. We have to cheers.